Captain Billy Gaston with a Cajun Man's Swamp Tour welcomed James and the campers for a trip along Bayou Black into the cypress tree-lined swamp.
Le c'est le bon temps roulé in Cajun French means let the good times roll, huh? Hey!
A swamp is a kind of wetland with trees and fresh water and different plants and animals. There are also marshes in South Louisiana. A marsh is like a prairie with different types of grass, but it also has water. Here in Louisiana, marshes are also called coastal wetlands. Let's catch you up with James and the swamp campers as they begin the tour.
Hi, I'm James, and I'm here in Gibson, Louisiana in Terrebonne Parish about to tour the swamps. We're here with the swamp campers from the South Louisiana Wetlands Discovery Center. Let's go see what we'll find. Maybe an alligator or two?
Don't charge. Over here.
The swamps, marshes, and wetlands of South Louisiana are important not only to this region, but to the entire nation. Here to tell us more is Susan Testereau-Bergeron, the director of the Barataria-Terrebonne National Estuary Program. So Susan, can you explain why Louisiana's swamps, marshes, and other wetlands are so important?
Our wetlands are very important for the rest of the nation. They provide food, so our shellfish, our finfish, our oysters, crabs, all of these things are things that people want to eat. But what lies beneath all of this land is a great resource of oil and gas. So the nation depends on us for that oil and gas.
So how is this ecosystem related to the Mississippi River?
This ecosystem was created because of the Mississippi River. The Mississippi River is the reason this land exists. You're standing on some of the youngest land in all of North America.
So can you tell me what is the Barataria-Terrebonne Estuary?
The Barataria-Terrebonne National Estuary is the land between the Mississippi River and the Atchafalaya. An estuary is a place where fresh water intermixes with salt water. Our coast really is in danger. We lose about a football field of these wetlands every hour, a little bit more than an hour.
I don't understand why the wetlands are disappearing.
Well, it's a complicated issue. Our first problem is subsidence. The Mississippi River isn't allowed to overflow its banks anymore, so that's another issue. We've also found out that drawing out oil and gas can create pockets of even more unstable land underneath us and can cause more subsidence rates. We have things like the Nutra, for example. It can actually pull up marsh grasses, and once the marsh grasses are gone, the land underneath will begin to sink. So we have a variety of causes for our land loss.
What happens if we do lose the Louisiana coast?
Well, let's start with something you and I like. We won't have oysters, we won't have crabs, we won't have shrimp, we won't have those delicacies that we enjoy. But more importantly, we could lose resources that are necessary for the nation. We have some of the biggest refineries in all of the nation right here. You know, we've lost land equal to the state of Delaware here in Louisiana.
That sounds devastating, but what can be done to save it?
One of the things we can do is marsh creation. We can actually build new marsh. We can build new land. We can plant certain plants to protect that new land. We can build river diversions that bring fresh water.
What can I do and what can we do to help save our wetlands?
Well, there are a lot of individual choices that people can make to help save the wetlands. The first one has to do with water quality. All this water that's coming down to Louisiana needs to be as clean as it possibly can be. People who want to be maybe a little bit more engaged can come down. We have volunteer opportunities with our program. One of the things you can do that maybe students don't recognize is you can read and you can learn and you can become more educated so that when people ask you your opinion, you'll have one and you'll know what you think.
Thank you so much, Susan. And now with all this knowledge that I've learned today, I can't wait to get started.
Great, we're happy to have you involved.
Thank you so much.